Ladies and gentlemen, today is a day where I'm unboxing. I'm unboxing PSA. Look at this horrendous box. Look at what I had to do to my boy to get it ready to go for filming. There was my address plastered like literally all over this thing, and look how ugly I had to make this thing look in order to get a video ready. But fear not, the cards inside are what really matters. And ladies and gentlemen, today the cards inside are my first shipment back from PSA. Now, if you guys remember, I sent this to PSA like literally over a month ago, like an entire month ago. I sent these cards off and just now got them back. So what we're gonna be doing today is we're gonna be unboxing what we've got going on inside of here. I don't think it's a ton of cards. I literally don't remember what I sent because I've unboxed so many Pokemon cards since that point that I don't know anymore. So without further ado, without further fanfare, I think it's time that we go ahead and bust open this box for the first time. We're gonna go ahead and bust open this box for the first time and see what we are actually working with. Now, keep in mind, these are literally the first PSA cards that I will ever own, aside from one. And if you guys saw this video recently, you know that I now am the proud owner of a PSA 9 Brock's Ninetales first edition card, which I looked it up, and this card is actually worth it in a PSA 10. I think is worth several $1,000s. This card right here is worth almost $1,000 at like 900. So first PSA card. Again, I didn't send this one off, but it was given to me by a friend, and I'll have that video down below in the description. It's basically when I opened up a base set pack, and that's was inside of there because Alex is a super nice guy. But this is mine. This is what I sent off. This is what I sent to them and said, hey, like, grade these cards, send them back. I want to see what you come up with. I don't know what's going on there in the middle, but let's go ahead. Let's pull these cards out, and I'm going to try to do this tactfully because I want to kind of try to like go through and guess the grade on each one. Okay, so the back side, I'm just going to pull the first one out just to be sure. The back side doesn't actually show the grading. Okay, so we can do the back side without actually showing the grading. So let's do that for each and every one. I'm so excited for this, by the way. I literally have been over the moon. Okay, hold on. This is my order card, so I'm going to take that off without showing you guys. Okay, this is just my receipt and everything like that. I don't want to show that on stream because that might have sensitive information. So, dude, there's like cardboard in the middle of this. I don't know why. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and get the first card out. Let's how can I do this tactfully? Maybe if I need like a piece of paper. And we're going to cover the PSA grading with said paper and then try to guess what we've got going on. So let's completely cover this and let's flip it. Ooh, this is a good one. This is a good one. So this is my Shining Mewtwo. As you guys know, Mewtwo is literally my favorite Pokemon of all time. Like, literally my favorite Pokemon of all time. So this is one of the most rare Mewtwo cards you can actually pull. It's not like crazy expensive, but it's one of the most rare ones that if you're actually going for it and pulling it, it takes a long time. I got in like my second pack ever from this set. So I know that I sent this off, and if you take a look at the centering, the centering is not great. I knew that this card wasn't going to get a 10. I just wanted the case for it because I love Mewtwo so much. So the centering is not great on that side. On the back side, it actually looks pretty decent, and I don't see any huge... There's a little bit of whitening in that corner. And honestly, don't see many issues with that side. And in the front, I didn't see any print lines. Pretty much everything looks pretty good, but the centering is not great at all. So I'm going to go ahead and guess that this got a PSA 8.5 or a 9, and we're going to find out together what this got. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my first card back from PSA is a 9. Not too bad. That's actually higher than I thought it was going to get. I thought maybe a 9 if we're lucky, but PSA 8.5 is what I was kind of like minimum that I was thinking this would get. So not too bad. Our first card back from PSA, Mewtwo GX Shining Legends Secret. in that test tube, one of my favorite Pokemon and literally one of my favorite cards of all time. So I knew that this wasn't going to get a perfect 10, but was happy to send it off. So there's our first card back from PSA. We'll keep that right there. So next up, again, I literally forgot what I sent to PSA. So this is kind of like a reveal for me as well. I know that I had some Charizards for sure, but let's see what we got. Oh, this is a big one. Okay, so this is not a base set Charizard. This is not a base set Charizard. This is a XY Evolutions Charizard. Now, if this Charizard is a 10, it is still worth several $1,000s. It is still worth several $1,000s. And you know how people like YouTubers are always like, oh yeah, this card's worth so-and-so at a PSA 10. This is the point where I actually figure out whether or not it is a PSA 10. So we're gonna kind of like look around this. It looks there's a little bit of problems with the surface and like that corner right there and that corner. The centering itself actually looks very, very good from this perspective. Let's take a look at the backside. The edges are the main problem. You guys can see kind of the whitening up in here a little bit and then up in that corner. It's not pristine in that edge. So I don't think this actually got a 10. This was, I think, the first Charizard I ever pulled. Especially the one that, I mean, it's not the base set Charizard, but it looks like the base set Charizard. So I'm gonna go ahead and guess that this pulled a 9. I'm gonna guess that this pulled a 9. Similar to the Mewtwo, much better centering, but the surface and stuff is not nearly as good. And we are correct. XY Evolutions, number 11. We got a 9. So that's 2 PSA 9s back. Honestly, for my first ever like Pokemon card that was ever like good that I pulled, I'm pretty happy that I pulled straight out of the box a PSA 9. So not too bad. That is 2 cards down, and pretty happy with what I have gotten so far. Because honestly, at the end of the day, I'm not looking to sell my cards. I like collecting them for a reason. And anything that I have extra that I don't want, I'm going to be either like donating to like children's hospitals and stuff, or kind of doing like merch giveaways and stuff like that for people who buy the merch. So next up, let's go ahead and flip it. And our Gyarados. Now, again, I sent this in because I like the card. The card, even at a PSA 10, is not even worth all that much. I just really wanted to have these things graded. My first set of like really, really good pulls. And I'm going to be sending in a new set here soon of like some of my other stuff that I have. This is the Gyarados. So let's see. Centering looks really, really good. I don't see any sort of print lines on this thing. The hollow surface looks pretty good. Again, a lot of this is like something that may look great to me, but at PSA, they might have they examine this in much more detail. That corner right there. If that's the only thing wrong with it, which it might be, that corner's not great looking. So I'm gonna say this is either a 9.5 or a 10. I don't even know if they give 0.5. I know they do in Beckett. I don't even know if PSA gives 0.5. So I'm gonna say this is actually either a 9.5 or a 9. Just based off how good the front looks. It looks absolutely stellar on the front. It's just a few tiny things on the back, but the centering itself looks great. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, our Hollow Gyarados got a 9. Yeah, I figured. Man, I wish you could... I know that some of the other like grading services do breakdowns of like what you got and how you got it. Like, so this is the reason you got a 9. Like, the surface was a 9, the centering was a 10 type thing. But, I mean, pretty happy with that for my Gyarados there. So we have pulled 3 9s in a row. As you guys know, pulling a PSA 10 is actually very, very difficult. Okay, so something weird went on there. We'll figure out what went on there in just a second. But let's see here. Let's cover this next one up and reveal our Mew, our Hollow Mew. Again, these are some of the cards that I pulled right when I started opening up Pokemon cards. And I sent them off because I wanted these cards to be I wanted them to be cased. I really wanted like a cool case for these cards. And I mean, this one is XY Evolutions as well. It's not base set. Speaking of, I do have a base set Mewtwo hollow over there, which I'm probably gonna be sending in a PSA. But yeah, let's take a look. So centering looks pretty good on the front. Don't really see any issues at all on the front, actually. Backside, let's see. Actually, this card, I mean, barring any stuff that isn't visible to the eye. I mean, the left is a little bit bigger than the right on the back for centering. I'm going to say this could possibly have pulled a 10 though. I mean, just like looking at it, it looks really, really good. And I didn't see any like cornering issues. So yeah, I'm going to say this is either 9.5 or 10. So let's see here. Big reveal. Dun, da, da, da. A 9. Man, it is hard to get a 10. I mean, they do study it much more in depth than we can study it here. Like just on this like camera and stuff. But man, it is hard to pull a 10. It is hard. Okay, so let's see what went on here. Card inside. So they sent back this Charizard and said minimum grade on it. So I guess this Charizard, let's go ahead and pull it out. See, I was so new at Pokemon cards when I sent this in over a month ago that I was using these trash sleeves. So let's go ahead and first of all replace this sleeve. Because I mean, apparently this thing. So I don't remember what the minimum grade was, but whatever the minimum grade was, this literally didn't meet it. Whatever the minimum grade was for this card, it didn't meet it. So something is just I mean, I don't actually see what's so horribly wrong with this Charizard that it wouldn't have met the minimum grade. I mean, the centering isn't great. I mean, it's not that bad though. I don't know why they didn't get the minimum grade on this one. Like what the problem was. That's really weird, huh? I would have loved to see the breakdown. I wonder if you can go and like look at the breakdown of the card and see like what they graded each individual like part as. Like just, I mean, comparing it to this one, which got a 9. Was it like a fake card or something? That's very strange. That this one got a 9 and this one didn't even meet the minimum grade that was required to get a. Huh. Very strange. Well, I guess I'll keep this as my scuffed PSA rating for this card, which was not good enough. All right, so we have two more here. We'll see what we get. Flip it. Oh, the Mega Charizard EX. So these cards are really, really cool. Like them a lot. Not my favorite card. I would have loved to get more, holo Charizards. But it's kind of hard to tell in the front. With full art cards, it's a lot harder to tell just by eye how everything looks. But this card actually looks great. I mean, I've said that before, so I'll stick to my guns. I'm going to say this one's probably a 9.5 or a 10 as well. So let's see. Hey, we got our first PSA 10 on the Mega Charizard EX. Gym Mint 10 XY Evolutions. That is so cool, man. That is our first PSA 10 ever. And I mean, it's not out of all the cards that I could have gotten the 10 on, this is probably like third or fourth. But hey, I will take a 10 when I can get one. I will take that any day of the week. That is so cool, dude. That is just like so basically the only thing better than this would be if I sent this card to Beckett and it got a Beckett 10, because Beckett is harder graders. They give out way fewer 10s than PSA does, and PSA is already very stingy. So this is basically as good of a Mega Charizard EX as you can get. I'm kind of interested in Googling here. Should we Google this? Let's do Charizard EX PSA 10. So let's see here. So Mega Charizard EX PSA 10, Gym Mint 10. Looks like this thing goes for around $200 to $300. 41 bids with 1 day left. Yeah, this will probably get up to around $300. So little $300 card right there, confirmed, because it actually got PSA 10. Again, not the one that I would have picked out of all of them to get PSA 10, but I will take a 10 nonetheless. So we will put that aside, and we go again for our last card here, which is our Umbreon GX. Now, real quick, just because I'm curious, just because we pulled a 10, so I know it's possible, I kind of want to see. Let's do Umbreon GX PSA 10. So let's see. Which one actually, that's not the wrong Umbreon PSA. So this one is $350, I believe. I love how these eBay listings just do PSA 10 question mark. Like they don't actually get them graded. They're just like, oh yeah, guys, this is totally a PSA 10. So this one is actually like 250 pushing like 300 for an actual PSA. Well, that's the wrong card. But, or is it? No, that's it. It's just a weird lighting. But yeah, this card is like pushing 300 bucks for PSA 10. This guy's selling it for 800. I don't think anyone's going to buy that one, but so 300 plus if this is PSA 10. Let's take a look at this. I mean, it seems like the full art cards, unless you're just centering is really, and in this one, I remember the centering is actually really, really good on this one. Unless your centering is just really, really bad on full art cards like this, I feel like you have a pretty good chance of getting a PSA 10. And the back looks actually like absolutely flawless. Could we have pulled another PSA 10? I wonder if they'll take off a few points just because there's a tiny bit of whitening on the top strip. You see that? From that angle, you can see that whitening. But it might be a PSA 9. I'm going to guess PSA 9 on this one, unfortunately. But let's see. Ladies and gentlemen, the final card back from PSA, the Umbreon GX, is a PSA 10. Let's go, dude. Okay, so we started off 9s across the board, one that was literally rejected for being too ugly, and ending it off there with a Gem Mint PSA 10 Umbreon GX. That is so sick, man. So just to recap here, just to go through everything. I mean, this, I just wanted, these two, I didn't really care what the ratings were. I just want them in cases. So there it is. Mew and Mewtwo GX. Absolutely beautiful cards. We had our Charizard and our Gyarados both pull PSA 9s again from Pokemon XY Evolutions. We had this Charizard, which got absolutely LOL'd. This Charizard literally got laughed off the stage. I can't believe it. So, don't know what happened with that one. I guess feels bad. And then we got our two PSA 10s right here. Pristine, Gem Mint, top of the line cards. So happy about that, man. So, I need to figure out what I wanted to send into PSA next. I have a lot of cards that I could possibly be sending in. And I think I need to do my next PSA shipment soon. So if you guys enjoyed this, please let me know if you guys want me to do more by leaving a like on this, subscribing if you haven't already, and let me know what cards you think out of everything that I've pulled recently that I should send in, because I have a lot that I could possibly send in. We just need to figure out what to actually send. So thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see y'all in the next one, and peace out, everybody. Bye-bye.